All right, are you guys ready?
Yay!
Okay, so this is the second installment of this weird
Ooh.
experiment. Um, and everyone got the script?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So a little bit of background. At first, I thought that I had written this like a year after the 8 Ball script with my sister, but actually, I wrote it for my sister.
Oh.
Yes, because she wanted me to write a screenplay for her and her friends to do. And so, for some reason, I decided to go. I, I don't know if you. I mean, this is a cold reading, so I guess no one has looked through it, but there are at least 17 characters in this damn thing.
I'm sensing a theme here, Connor.
Yeah.
Okay, so how old were you when you wrote this?
It was a year after I wrote the 8 Ball, so I had to be in like between 13 and 14.
A rough age.
Yes, and for some reason the spelling on this is much, much worse. Or at least I'm not even too sure. What I have here is there's a story here. There's a plot, but I don't have a first page. I thought the title of it was Home Sweet Home, because that's the most sense, or at least that idea was like in the back of my mind, but I really don't know. And I'm not too sure if the ending was right, so we're just gonna have to read it as is and go from there.
What are our roles?
I've got those right here. So, I'm gonna read the part of the screen direction. Gabe, you are going to read the parts for voice. Luke, Greg, and the psychiatrist. It comes at the part at the end, but you'll notice something that doesn't make most sense, and we'll get to it once we cross that bridge. Thomas,
Yes.
you will be playing the parts of Cole, Madison, and Alex.
Can do.
Skye,
Mm-hmm.
you will be playing the part, reading for the parts of Rogers, Marie,
Bree?
Marie,
Marie.
and Mr. Cuddles.
Come again?
Mr. Cuddles.
Mr. Cuddles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
It's that type of script. Al, you will be playing the parts of Roberts, Diana, Kelly, and Joey. And
Al always plays Joey's.
What was your line? It was like, did you have fun at your baby school?
Yeah, did you have fun in your baby school?
The way you
Learn
said baby? That was so
AB
funny.
stuff? Or did you learn ABCs? Is that it?
you know, maybe
Pretty
I
close.
can't. I'm trying to block that out, and I'll try to block this out too. But Devin, you will be reading the parts of Ed, Bridget, Guy, and
What's that?
Chris.
What was before Chris?
Guy,
Guy?
just some random guy.
No, not like the name guy, but just a guy.
Exactly.
Love it.
And singular guy.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. And let's see. Okay, everyone ready?
Hmm?
So, we see multiple people excited about winning the contest, and we hear a voice of a grown man. So, off the bat, I didn't write anything about what this contest is, the exact specifics. I'm not too sure where we are except this random luxury house. So, imagine a luxury house and a Willy Wonka type situation.
Oh, that's
hell
not what I
yes.
was picturing when you said luxury house.
Luxury house with like tunnels of chocolate?
Poisoning.
Or like luxury house, like they got a jacuzzi in the master bedroom.
Wait, okay.
Yes.
Eccentric adventure.
Is Mr. Cuddles a Willy Wonka type figure?
No, but we'll get to Mr. Cuddles. Actually, Mr.
Okay.
Cuddles is a big white stuffed bear.
Oh, okay.
I think this is like a toy company or a luxury entertainment company, and all these kids have won a contest to
Okay.
stay at the
Okay.
house. So, off the bat, we hear a voice of a grown man.
That's how all of us felt. Happy to have won the greatest opportunity that mankind has ever heard of. But good things don't last. Some things just don't cut out with some people. Like me. And them.
We then show a black screen and hear a high-pitched laugh. I'm not too sure who's laughing in this. We'll say Mr. Cuddles.
It was Mr. Cuddles.
Yes, let's say. We then show the group of winners in front of the Ugar house. Excited. There is a young boy there, not as excited as everyone else. He sighs and complains to his friend.
We've been standing here for half an hour. I want to go in.
Listen, we get in when we get in, so shut up!
Soon Philip Rogers comes to the door of the house and greeted them. Quickly, the girls who won the contest followed Cole and Ed. Philip Rogers speaks on the microphone.
Good morning, children and adults. You are about to go into the Ugar house to have the ultimate Ugando experience. You will all be staying in separate rooms in this house. The number that you have been given will be the room number you are assigned to. When you are in the Ugar house, you can play with or use anything you like. If you break or permanently ruin a product, you will have to pay for it.
A man in black boots and a brown trench coat walks up next to Mr. Rogers.
The house caretaker, Mr. Vincent Roberts, will stay in the room on the top floor. If there is any problem with the house, then you should file a complaint to him. If he gives you strict orders to do something, do it.
Mr. Roberts steps down.
You kids will all learn to be friends during this week. If any of you guys fight, then you will have to go home. If you leave the Ugar house property even one time, you can never come back. Now, I promise to you that you will have fun and you will be catered by the finest chefs in America. You'll get all of this as long as you have good, clean fun.
Everyone is waiting to get inside the house.
Well, enjoy!
The kids charge into the room, delighted to see a bunch of cool new products. Everyone goes to their rooms. We view Bridget and Alex go in their room. Both of them are amazed at what they see. Everyone is using the products. Joey and Cole are playing with the Play Globe 3. We see the teenagers relaxing with the Ugando Masu 6000 shares, and the younger girls are playing with the Mr. Cuddles bears and other stuffed animals. We see Cole in the corner of his room, not doing anything. Ed comes up to Cole.
Cole, why aren't you playing with anything?
I don't know. I just feel mean. Doesn't any of this stuff seem too good to be true?
It does, but who cares? If we do have this ultimate vacation experience, why don't we take advantage over it?
I just feel there's something wrong with this. I mean, do you remember when you were in band camp and you heard that there was a house in this area that involved a murder? I think it was this house. Or I think this is the house.
Cole, you are such a loser. Stupid rumors. That was made a long time ago. I'm telling you, Cole, it's not real.
We then see a Mr. Cuddles bear for a minute. He then blinks. And space, I guess, end scene. We then show a scene at the kitchen area were everyone, even Mr. Roberts. Mr. Roberts talks to the kids.
Kids, I know that all of you have heard of the sack murder.
Sack murder.
Who's Jenny?
Oh shit.
Who's Jenny?
Yeah, another thing is that a lot of these characters only have one line. So, let's say, Skye or Jenny.
What the heck was that?
Well, it's when this guy killed all of these people, cut them up, and put them in little sacks at the doorstep of the victims' relatives.
That's not exactly what happened, Mr. Rockford. Back in 1932, the Depression hit this town hard. Everyone was out of work. There was little money in the public bank, and there was no official police force. A man named Strabor Tenekniv was a man who the public hated. He was once a rich typhoon who owned the whole town, but because he put everything in the stock market when it crashed in 1929, he lost everything.
The typhoon!
Yeah, I meant to write tycoon, but
Uh-huh.
It's almost better this way.
yes.
Why would he do that?
Back at that time, everybody got a lot from the market. When it crashed, everyone traded their homes for cardboard boxes. When Tenekniv lost everything, the town's social status died. Everyone blamed him for the crash. The people who hit him the hardest was Timothy Waller and Stephanie Childsman. So because there wasn't an official police at the town, anyone could get away with anything. So Strabor put a sack over his eyes with 2 eye holes and went to both Mac Waller and Childsman's house. He used only a poker to kill his victims, and when they were dead, he placed a sack over their heads.
Everyone is in shock.
What happened to him?
Someone saw him do the bloody deed. And because there wasn't any police in the town, it was a big target for vigilante justice. A large group of townspeople killed him by burning him in his sleep. Rumor says exactly 1 year, everyone in that group died on the same day. He also swore that he would kill all of the heirs of the townspeople.
Marie gulps.
So, you don't actually think anything of that ghost stuff is true, do you?
Robert stands up and walks to his room.
Of course I don't, but that's just me. I'm gonna go hit the hay, and I expect you kids to do the same thing. Good night, everybody.
God. Yeah. Everyone goes back to their rooms. Greg goes back with some lobster on a plate. Finest chefs in America, right? Kelly... Kelly goes to her room until she hears a weird laugh coming from the utility closet, Mr. Cuddles. We show her going in there, and we show her screaming, but we only see the door. The screens go blank. We now show the group eating breakfast in the kitchen. Ed is sitting with Cole and a girl he picked up called Alex.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Pickup artist.
Greg is sitting with the sisters, Diana and Marie. The rest are sitting on one table. Greg is chewing gum.
Greg, why are you chewing gum?
I like gum. Why do you ask?
It's not good to chew gum in the morning.
Who the heck told you that?
Mom, she said that if you consistently eat sugar in the morning, you'll get diabetes.
Well, Mom isn't here, is she?
Marie looks at Greg in a harsh way.
Of course. Everyone was as happy as puppies. Playing with their toys and games, not wanting to think of anything. Until...
Where's Kelly?
There was a sudden silence.
Kelly left. Something came up in her family, and she had to go. You know the rules. If you leave, you can't come back.
That sucks.
That's the rules.
Everyone was silent after that. Cole goes down to the rooms with Ed until he finds that there was a red liquid near the utility closet. Yeah. Grammar. Both of them go to the door, afraid and stunned, until a man came out of the room.
Hello.
Why is there blood on the floor?
It's not blood, it's just red paint. I'm repainting the roof. I'm the assistant caretaker of this house. The question is, what are you doing here?
We thought it was blood.
Blood in this house? Why would you think there would be blood in this house? We saw the paint and naturally thought it was blood. We're sorry to bother you, sir. It's alright. Just don't startle me again.
The guy headed for the front door.
Wait, sir. Just for curiosity, what is your name?
Victor. Victor T. Necknoob.
Victor walks out of the door. Cole has a surprised look on his face. He then looks at Ed, who doesn't really have an expression on his face. Oh, God. Oh, wait on. Oh, Jesus. We show Cole and Ed in their room.
Ed, I think this house is haunted.
What? Why would you think that?
Isn't it obvious? Kelly's gone. That assistant guy's name is T. Neckniv, and it is a coincidence that we were related to Brian Barnes, a townsperson who helped kill T. Neckniv. Also, everyone who got to come here has lived or is living in our town. This is no coincidence.
Ed has a puzzled look on his face. There is a brief moment of silence.
Okay, all of this is very weird, but I still don't think this house is haunted.
Cole
Better read it as it is.
Read it as is.
Cole stares at Cole.
Yeah, Cole stares at Cole. God. Okay. We show Joey walk down the hall when he hears a strange laugh in the utility closet. He also hears typing. He goes in there and sees that the computer is on. The typing stops, and we hear nothing but silence.
Hello? Mr. Roberts? Is that you?
The chair slides to the direction of the camera. In the chair, we see a Mr. Cuddles bear.
Is this some kind of joke?
It sure is a joke, all right. And you'll love the punchline.
Mr. Cuddles hysterically laughs while Joey is screaming. We see Cole in the hallway. He hears something from the utility closet. He goes in there and sees the limp body of Joey on the ground. Cole runs out of the place, and he sees that Mr. Cuddles is burning another stuffed animal in the fireplace. The animal is talking like Joey.
Let's see how you like it.
Cole kicks Mr. Cuddles and tries to get the remains of the Joey stuffed animal. There is nothing left of it. Cole grabs a pair of scissors on a table and grabs the pair of scissors by the head. He takes the bear to Ed and Alex, who are talking to each other.
Cole, what are you doing here?
I have something to show you.
He shows Ed the bear.
Mr. Cuddles Bear?
Yes, he's a demon bear. I saw him burn Joey in the fireplace. Of course, he puts his soul in a stuffed animal.
Cole grabs the scissors from his pocket.
See, I'll show you. He is really haunted. He can feel things. Watch!
He cut some of the bear's throat, but it didn't budge. He cut a little more, but nothing happened. He then cut the thing's head of, he cut the thing's head of, and nothing happened.
Great. Now we have to pay for the dang thing.
The bear's eyes open, and it acts like a monster. Fangs come out of its mouth. Everyone screams at it, and Cole throws it out of the window. Upstairs, Greg hears the screams but doesn't care. He gets a piece of gum and chews it, but he acts after a minute of chewing like he's gagging. Then a strange energy force comes out of his mouth. Yeah. We then show the group run to all the bedrooms to warn the kids to get out of the house. They then go upstairs to warn Mr. Roberts, but they all see the reflection from a mirror of him killing Mr. Tnekniv. He was wearing a name tag. The reflection of the name tag reads, Strebor Tnekniv. Cole realizes that everyone had to get out of the house. He leads everyone to the front door, but it was locked. So he leads them to the door downstairs, and Alex notices something.
Where's Diana and Marie?
Cole notices that the fireplace is lit again, but other stuffed animals were there, and they were talking like Marie, Arabella, and Diana. I love the fact that
Arabella.
there's just... Yeah, Curly Moose.
Oh my god.
The group goes to the door, but the door is being guarded by Possessed. I think I was trying to write possessed. He was guarded by a possessed Greg holding a knife in one hand and a sack in another.
Sack.
I think he's possessed.
Luke sees that there is a bat right next to him. He grabs it and swings it at Greg, and Greg is unconscious. The group gets out of the house. We get a shot of Chris in the pool.
What's going on?
Chris, get out of the pool!
When Chris is in the pool, a lot of skulls float up to the surface. Then the Mr. Cuddles head moves to the surface, and its fangs pop out, and we see it biting Chris. Chris is screaming. The group goes to Ed's car and gets in it. Then we show Mr. Roberts with an axe, and he's charging at the car. Before he could do anything, Ed started the car and got out of the area. Everyone is screaming. We show the last shot of the house while we see it. He hear that same noise.
All of this was a setup. T. Neckniv could do anything, so when he found out they were remaking his house for an attraction, he made it certain that the people would come. He also hired Victor T. Neckniv so he could draw us off.
He hired himself?
Sure. We show Cole older in a Physiatrists. Psychiatrist's office.
So, hear that they're doing this ultimate vacation experience again. What do you think about that?
I just hope the people who win don't play with toys.
We show the TV special with Mr. Rogers, more older. The end. ... Maybe.
Love that.
Classic.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I loved it. So this was for your sister and her friends?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's like... Yes. Simple answer, yes. I really didn't know who was going to be involved. So...
They didn't have the team slotted.
Exactly.
So you basically just wrote a role for every possible person who could be involved.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm not too sure where the Mr. Cuddle... No, I know where that came from.
So
here.
What's the plot? So there's Victor T. Neckniv. But then is there another different Neckniv at the beginning?
It's Vincent Roberts, spelled backwards.
Yeah, but the first one was Strebor T. Neckniv, and then it was Victor T. Neckniv. Strebor Roberts. So he's a relative. He's a descendant.
I have no idea.
And is it Neckniv, like one name?
Or
is it T. Neckniv?
When rereading it, I was pronouncing it Tnechniv, but yeah.
But it's not a name, so
it's not a real name. It's not a real name. I'm Strebor. Have you ever heard of the first name called Strebor?
No. I do think it's kind of interesting that Srebor and Tenekniv do kind of sound like they're from the same fake country, though.
Exactly.
A fake Eastern European country.
Exactly.
I liked the moment where one of my characters was killing another one of my characters, but I didn't have anything to do with it.
I liked Cole looks at Cole.
Well, that Cole.
Oh, cool.
I don't think I ever proofread this. When I was younger, I'm not too sure what the fuck happened with this. Probably the same thing that... I don't know.
Sorry, my computer just made a noise.
No, it's okay.
Was Mr. Robert pretending to be British when he was Guy? Or
That's Guy. That's Tenekniv.
that's a whole different person.
That's a whole different person.
Was he a ghost?
I have no fucking... Oh, wait a second. It's just the thing. I remembered I wrote the script. I remembered it had something to do with a luxury house and a fucking demon bear. I don't remember anything about this fucking stock market to Nekniv. It's Nilbot spelled backwards shit. Yeah.
That was fun.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What are we trying to figure out?
If Victor Tenechnev...
We're trying to figure out if Guy is Tenechnev. Because he says his name is Tenechnev.
I know. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, I think it's so that who's ever reading the script gets a surprise later on when it says, "Oh, the guy was actually Strebor Tenechnev."
So Mr. Roberts was Strebor Tenechnev, and then there's just also he hires Victor Tenechnev, who coincidentally has the same last name as him.
Exactly. Actually, yeah, it says in the script, this...
And he kills him.
Exactly.
Strebor continues to kill. But did the townspeople kill Strebor?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Trevor's ghost who can do
He's
anything.
a ghost. Alright.
He can do anything.
He comes in hot. He's like, all right. I know you kids know about the Sack murders.
Good night.
Okay, so is the bear like actively being possessed by Tenekniv, or is it more that the bear happens to be a separate demonic entity that Tenekniv introduces into the house as a means to accomplish his goal?
First off, Thomas, I believe the word is pronounced possessed. Second off...
Possessed, yes, possessed.
Possessed, yes.
And second off... Who the fuck knows?
Who's Mr.
I
Roger?
think it was, like, the Tenechnev guy. The ghost Tenechnev is possessing everything in the house. But in terms of the connection of this Ugando company and Mr. Cuddles, if the bear was accidental or not. I don't know. Ghosts just make shit happen.
It's true.
He can do anything.
Yeah,
Ghosts be haunting.
Ghosts get shit done.
exactly. They can take a little stuffed bear animal and give it fangs, a mouth that opens, give them the ability to take other people's souls and put them into other stuffed animals, put them in a fire, and then...
Yeah, he does that with their souls and then their bodies vanish.
Apparently, it's just like, I don't know, I think I was trying to figure out a way for the bear to put the kids on fire. But I was also...
And so it couldn't be people. People don't burn.
Exactly, and I
No,
think I was...
Unless it's in their sleep.
Yeah.
I think another thing I realized it would have been very difficult to like shoot a person being burned alive as a 14-year-old, but much easier to film stuffed animals and have the background voices, the people's voices.
Oh, true. You're
Yeah.
thinking about production at this point.
Yes.
Who's Mr. Rogers?
I don't know. The actual Mr. Rogers.
It was Mr. It must have been.
So apparently Mr. Rogers is behind this conspiracy to kill all these children.
Wow. Were you haunted by Mr. Rogers?
No.
Mm.
I'm not too sure why I connected Mr. Rogers to this. Well, actually, that would make... Oh, man. That would make sense. Just with the talking animals. Oh, that would be so messed up. If, there was a show, if Mr. Rogers is actually bringing kids to his house and bringing them to the land of make-believe, and the puppets were actually murdering everyone.
Not the kids.
Or else...
Welcome to the ghost neighborhood.
Exactly. Or else the other puppets have the souls of their victims in them, and they're just puppet people for the rest of their
There's an
lives.
SNL sketch that's it's supposed to be like Pee-wee's Playhouse, but it's with the guy who played Michael Keaton, and he brings them all to his house, but all the puppets are people that he's just trapping in his house.
Oh my god.
So maybe similar.
Possibly.
Maybe get Keaton involved.
Maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
There
You got the Batman Birdman in your house.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, Michael Keaton would make a fantastic Mr. Roberts.
Yeah.
I'm curious, Al, who were you channeling with that performance?
I don't know.
It was pretty good. I was enthralled.
I don't know who I was channeling. I
It
was
was
trying
great.
really hard to sound like an old man, but often when I get into a funny voice, I often sound like I'm impersonating a Brooklyn Jewish person, so I was trying really hard to not do that.
Playing Dutchman vibes?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was trying to do something silly, but I was trying to not be too, oh, hello.
I'm evil.
I'm evil. Well, I meant literally, oh, hello.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, so I don't know who I was channeling. I think honestly, I think the dialogue really helped push that character forward. It was easy to be smug with that dialogue. I loved it.
Well, I guess when you're a 100-year-old ghost who accidentally caused the stock market to crash, then...
And you do.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was gonna happen. I didn't know. Nobody told me. Stock market gonna crash.
You
You guys didn't do all this house I have. This house I have. What I do? Burn in my bed? Okay. And I'm a ghost.
Oh,